I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing on someone in.
We have had such a busy day so far, and the day is so far from over. It is only noon and I feel like I've had a full day. We got up around 6:30, got myself ready, got the baby up, fed him, changed him, got Carson ready. He was supposed to go to school today, but he had a dentist appointment, so we headed to the grocery store actually first thing this morning to buy things for Sutton's party, and then we came back here, dropped everything off. I fed Sutton breakfast, then took Carson to the dentist, and then we stopped at McDonald's for a Happy Meal for him, and then I dropped him off at school. Just got home with Sutton, gave him a bottle, got him down for a nap. However, he's already up and it's only been like 25 minutes. I think his day is just completely thrown off, so I'm hoping he'll go back to sleep if I just leave him in there for a little bit. I don't know, because he's kind of acting crazy right now, so we'll see. But yeah, I figured I would take you guys along with me on the party prep. So today is kind of like day one of actual party prep. I want to start getting my house ready. I need to bake Sutton's cake and just get that going so that I can decorate that probably tomorrow. But I wanted to show you guys the things that I got for the party at the grocery store today, so like a little grocery haul, and then I'm also going to share some of the decor that I have so far and just ideas for his party. But if you guys are needing any kind of motivation, we're going to be doing cleaning, party prep, all the things. This should be kind of a fun and different video, so I hope you enjoy. All right, so here's everything that I got at the grocery store today. So some of this is for the party, some of it we just needed. Like, for example, these strawberries we just needed to have for the kids. I also like them too. And then these are for Carson's snack at school. These are just easy and he really likes apple slices. These are just some cucumbers, which I'm going to cut up for Sutton's party. These are just baby carrots, which I'm going to put with the cucumbers with some dip for Sutton's party. These watermelon chunks, I don't like doing this, to buy them in these little containers like this, because it's just not as cost effective. We just don't go through a whole watermelon, so sometimes it's just easier for me to buy this and just give them to the kids. But yeah, not very cost effective. And then these Carson just wanted. He loves pretzels, like could live off of pretzels, so he picked these. He also talked me into the donuts. This is not a normal purchase for us, but Carson really wanted them, so got some chocolate donuts. And then I like to get these, if I'm going to get them, the ones that come in individual packages, because they just stay fresh longer. This macaroni right here is the best store-bought macaroni ever. If you see this, you need to buy it. It's so good, and it's much closer to like a homemade oven-baked macaroni than any other store-bought macaroni that you can find. This stuff is amazing. So got some of this for us. This was also something that Carson requested. He cannot come to the grocery store with me because then we end up leaving with stuff that we just don't need. But these are for the party. So we've got some sea salt Waves chips, and then these ones are the best potato chips. I'm not a chip person, but if I'm going to eat some, I love these. They're pretty much all folded over, and folded over chips are elite in my opinion. So these are great, and I'm gonna have these and the wavy ones out in a bowl at the party. This is so I can make frosting. This is just extra frosting in case I end up needing it, but I'm hoping that I won't have to use it because I'm not a big fan of canned frosting. I think that like it tastes okay, but it's just not the same as homemade. So this is just in case frosting, but I do plan on making it myself. And then this is just some crackers to have out along with these cheese slices. These Cabot pre-cut cracker slices are so good. I got a couple of different ones, an extra sharp, a seriously sharp, and a pepper jack. So those will be out at his party. And then I got some sour cream, which I'm going to mix with the ranch dips for the vegetables. Got some whole milk, which Sutton needs, but I also just need it for the frosting. And then picked up this Funfetti Oreo cake mix. I'm not gonna make the cake from scratch. I'm gonna use a boxed mix, but I've never seen this before and it just sounded really good, so we're gonna try that out. And then just some solo cups in case anybody needs like an individual cup. Also got some unsalted butter for the frosting and all that, and some eggs, which are a hot commodity right now. I'm sure you guys know all the egg drama, but these were like $5.19, I believe, for this pack of 12 eggs, which is definitely pricier than it used to be, but I feel like it could be worse. And these right here, these are just a staple in our house. We are big ice cream people and we're all hooked on these Oreo cones. I think they're new because I have not seen these in like years past, but we discovered these a couple of months ago and we go through them so fast because they're delicious. And I'm not a cone person. I'm much more just like a solid ice cream in a cup type of person, but these are amazing. So if you see these at your grocery store, you should definitely pick them up and try them. Now we're just putting away all of the groceries that I just showed you guys. I figured that I would take you along for the entire party prep process from start to finish. So shopping for groceries, making and decorating the cake, getting my house ready, decorating, all of that. So this was filmed over multiple days, and like I said at the beginning, this was just day one. So I'm going to put a timestamp on the screen right here for when like the cleaning motivation begins. So if you guys only came here for that, then you'll know where to skip to. This is one of the decorations that I got for his party. It's like a mounted poster board, so it's pretty thick and it can stand up on its own. I had it printed at FedEx, which it cost me $43 to have this printed, which is crazy. It's like the one splurge though I made on his party because I wanted to display all of his monthly pictures somewhere where everybody could see him grow at his party. And I'll keep this, obviously. It's something that I don't have to like throw away after the party. Very cute. I purchased the template off of Etsy, so if you're looking to do something similar for your kid's birthday, that's where I got it. And then like I said, I had it printed at FedEx, but they also print these things at like Staples and stuff. Staples was more pricey though. And then I had these printed from a website called MPix. That's where I order any prints if I ever need them for any reason. So these are also on like a really thick backing, so they're nice prints, and these are all from his cake smash shoot, which we had a couple of weeks ago. They're so cute, and I'm just gonna display these around my house on the day of his party so that everybody can take a look at them, but they're super adorable. And if you haven't figured it out yet, his party is a polar bear theme because he was born in January and he's a winter baby, so I felt like it just fit perfect. Now we are gonna go ahead and start making the cake. So I only showed you guys when I was making one of the boxes of this funfetti mix, but I did end up picking up another box and making more cakes because they were a lot thinner than I was anticipating, and I wanted his cake to be a little bit taller. If you have never tried the Oreo funfetti mix, it was actually really good, so I would recommend it. It tasted kind of like a mix between a chocolate and a vanilla cake, so I liked that because I felt like I didn't have to pick like one flavor over the other, and it pleased everybody at the party instead of people being disappointed if it wasn't chocolate or it wasn't vanilla. Once the cakes were in the oven, I wanted to get a head start on my dishes. I had done like a really big clean earlier in the week, and my goal for that was so that I could just maintain for the rest of the week and it would make my life a little bit easier leading up to the party. So if you guys missed, I think it was last week's video, I did like a whole house reset, deep clean, and I will link that in the cards right here on the screen so you can watch that because that was a really good one. I was like lifting up furniture and lifting up mattresses and vacuuming underneath them, so it was a very motivating deep clean, and I had a lot of fun filming that one. our toaster oven broke like over a month ago, I want to say. It started displaying this error message, and it turned out that was like a known issue with this particular toaster, and they sent me a new one under warranty, but it took a while. It was like a long, lengthy process trying to get the replacement through warranty, but I finally received it and I wanted to get it set up. We are people that use our toaster all the time. Ours is like a convection oven, and it broils and it just does all kinds of different things, and so it's much more convenient to make our kids lunches in the toaster than it is to turn on like the whole oven. It's just a lot faster to preheat. We just love our toaster. So we've been lost without it, and I was so excited to get the new one set up. But I was a little sad because they don't make this toaster in particular anymore, so they weren't able to send me the white one that I used to have, and I had to get the silver one. And I loved the white one. I just thought it looked so pretty in my kitchen, but beggars can't be choosers, and I'm just glad that I got a new one under warranty and it didn't cost me anything. I love the way my kitchen smells when I'm baking something. It just smelled amazing, and I can still remember it as I'm watching back these clips. But I let the cakes cool in the pans for 10 minutes and then took them out and put them on wire racks to cool the rest of the way so that I could wrap them up and put them in the fridge to decorate the next day. While I'm waiting for the cakes to cool so I can wrap them up, I wanted to show you guys some of the other things that I got for his party. So this I actually bought on Amazon. They sell a bunch of these on Etsy, and I'm all about supporting like small businesses and stuff, but in this case this was just much cheaper to get on Amazon, and all of the ones that were sold on Etsy were like, I don't know, 50 bucks, which is a lot of money for one of these. This is just a high chair banner, so I'm going to put this around Sutton's high chair when he is sitting there to have his cake, and that'll just be a little decoration. I want to say this was like 16 bucks or something on Amazon, so much cheaper. And then these right here are the cake toppers. So I got a bunch of different polar bears since it's a polar bear themed party. There's like big ones, little ones, and then there's also little penguins and stuff. I'm not sure that I'm going to use all of these, but this all came in a set with just a whole bunch. So that is what I'm going to decorate the cake with. And then I was thinking I might also try to make a little igloo either out of frosting, or I might try to make one with sugar cubes. So we'll see if I can make that happen. These are candles, and then his one candle that I'm going to put on his cake. This came from Target. And then these are the plates and napkins that I have so far. I'm also going to get some plain ones from the dollar store that are just like light blue, because buying like the themed ones is more pricey. So these I've been planning this party for a while, so these I got actually a couple months ago on Amazon, so it's good to have just some napkins and some small like dessert sized plates with little polar bears on them. If you guys did not see my kitchen organization videos, then you may not have seen this little storage situation for all of your like plastic wrap and foil and stuff. It is so good, and the best part is that I feel like the plastic wrap doesn't get all stuck to itself. It's way easier to take it out and cut it than it is to just keep it in that packaging that it originally came in. If that makes any sense, it just comes out so much better. But anyway, we are starting to make frosting now. So frosting is actually so easy, and like I said, I am just not a big fan of the canned frosting. I think that it tastes like a little bit funky, and it's fine like here and there, but for the most part, homemade frosting is where it's at, and again, it's so easy to make. All you need for frosting is powdered sugar, whole milk, unsalted butter, vanilla extract, and then you could use Crisco or shortening if you want to use that, or you could just use all butter if you want it to be like traditional buttercream. But the Crisco makes it a little bit whiter, so where I was doing like a polar bear themed cake, I wanted it to be as close to snow color as possible, so I did use butter and Crisco instead of just butter.
You make me crazy in a good way. So come on, baby, let's talk. Let's talk about love, like you and me all night. And let's talk about love and feeling alright. And let's talk about love. Yeah, baby, come and dance with me. Everything you ever need. So let's talk about love.
I have noticed that as social media has grown, so have the expectations for our kids' birthdays. It seems like things are just becoming more and more over the top. And if that's your thing, more power to you. Some people just enjoy planning big parties and they're really good at it. And I think that's great. For me, though, it becomes stressful and it takes away from being in the moment. I don't want to spend the week leading up to my kid's birthday feeling stressed and overwhelmed. I want to just enjoy it and I want them to see me enjoying it. So I have kind of vowed to myself to be more simple going forward. As a kid, I remember we used to have a pool party every year because I was born in mid-July and the decorations were minimal. We'd buy cards from Walmart to mail out to my friends to invite them. I think I had like a Hawaii themed birthday every year for probably 10 years straight. My parents would barbecue some food and I loved it. And I just have so many amazing memories and I want that same thing for my kids. So if you are ever scrolling through social media and you're starting to feel down and like maybe you're not doing enough, your kids do not care if you have a balloon arch or a 3-tier cake from a bakery or a candy bar with cute little custom labels. They don't care how much money you're spending on their party. They just want to have fun with you and your family and your friends, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Let's talk about love, like you and me all night. And let's talk about love and feeling alright. And let's talk about
I used those figures that I got off of Amazon, and I also ended up just putting a couple of sugar cubes on there to look kind of like ice blocks, and then I just stuck some frosting in a Ziploc bag and cut a hole in the tip to squeeze some around the sugar cubes and kind of hold them in place and also just look like snow, and like the snow was all messed up around the penguins. And then I also sprinkled some sugar on the top to make it look kind of like that snow effect as well, and I think that it turned out so adorable and it also tasted amazing, which is probably the most important thing. And the last thing that I did on day 2 of party prep was take down my shower curtain so that I could throw it in the washing machine. We only have one bathroom, so I wanted to make sure that it was extra clean. Now we are officially on the day of the party preparations. So my husband took the kids downstairs into the playroom and he was watching them while I was cleaning the house and just trying to get it all tidied up and ready for everybody to come over. So I'm not doing any deep cleaning right now. I am just simply tidying, getting everything put away, and just having our house look presentable for the party. All the deep cleaning was in last week's video, which was like my whole house reset. So again, if you guys missed that, then make sure that you watch that because there was so much cleaning motivation in that video. I really need to do another toy declutter because we had Christmas and then we had, of course, Sutton's birthday party. So our toy collection, especially for him, has grown a little bit out of control. So I need to do another declutter, but I also want to get started on a toy rotation system. I have noticed if I take a toy from Sutton for like a couple of days and then I give it back to him, that he plays with it so much better, almost like it's brand new. So I definitely think I want to start doing that more often. The kids do nothing but rip the trim off of our foam playmat that acts as kind of like our area rug in our living room, and it drives me crazy. So I'm constantly putting this back together. This always happens to me, so I was wiping down this media stand when I noticed that there was a bunch of stuff that had fallen behind it, and then I noticed that there was a bunch of like cat fur and stuff, so I wanted to vacuum it. It's just funny how you go from doing one little thing and then it always turns into something so much bigger. But now we are going to vacuum all over the living room. I just wanted to make sure that all of my floors were clean before everybody arrived.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
Anything that was out of place, I'm grabbing it and getting it back where it belongs, and then also wiping down all of the furniture, so the dining room table and all of the chairs.
Crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too. 'Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
I was trying to show you guys that I was putting in like a buttercream scent into my Scentsy warmer, but Sutton kept grabbing it out of my hands and really wanted to hold it. So definitely did not get the shot that I was going for, but my house did smell really good for the party. I felt like buttercream was just like the perfect scent for a birthday party. But now I am cleaning off the island. I seriously do this at least 4 times a day, and there's still always stuff on our kitchen island. I truly don't understand it. It's like a magnet for clutter, and honestly it's mostly like craft supplies. My oldest son is really into crafting, and so he's always drawing and coloring and everything on the island, so that stuff is just always there. Drives me crazy, but I know that someday I'm definitely going to miss it.
While screaming at each other. And I don't know how to stop, but I still love you like
I had a box full of little baby pouches, like purees for Sutton, that was sitting on the counter, so I wanted to get that emptied out and put away into our pantry cabinet. Next, I wanted to wipe down my fridge. It was just looking kind of streaky and there were some fingerprints on it, so I wanted to get that all wiped down. And then I'm going to clean the chairs that were underneath my island.
Run away with me, it'd be worth the time. Run away with me, I made you feel alright. Run away with me.
My son was gifted some window markers, so he's always coloring on our sliding doors, and that's totally fine, but I did want to clean it off just for the party so that it looked nice and clean.
I'll be good this time. I'll be good this time.
I had a few dishes in the sink that I wanted to take care of and get loaded into the dishwasher. And then I also had some recycling that I had thrown in there that I needed to either rinse or just take out and put into the recycling bin. You guys will have to let me know in the comments below if you are like me and you want your house to look like nobody even lives there when people come over, or if you're more relaxed about it. I think it's so funny because I worked so hard cleaning, and then by the end of the day my house was completely trashed again. So I don't know why I do this or why I try so hard or who I think I'm trying to impress, but it's just the way that I am, and there's just some things about myself that I can't change. Once the kitchen was mostly all set, I needed to deal with probably the most important space as far as cleaning for the party, and that was the bathroom. Like I've said a million times, we only have one bathroom, so we don't have like a designated guest bathroom that stays kind of clean. This is it for us, and it's very small, and it gets dirty fast. I feel like because we shower so much, the humidity in this bathroom is pretty high, and so it collects a lot of dust, and it's just really hard, honestly, to keep it very clean. So I wanted to make sure that it was wiped down everywhere, the floors were clean, the toilet was clean, the sink was clean, and I also wanted to get some essential oils running just to have it smell nice and fresh. I like to use the scent, I think it's called Citrus Fresh, and that came from Young Living. I've had it for years. That is the best smelling essential oil in my opinion, and especially for a bathroom, it makes it smell just really fresh and nice. Something I always make sure to do when we're having guests is lay out a new fresh bath mat and take out the trash and put out a fresh towel for when everybody is washing their hands. Nobody was going to be spending the party in my bedroom, but I did of course want to make my bed because I had not yet made my bed on this day, and it just makes me feel better. And especially after a long day of hosting a party, it's really nice to get into a nice, fresh made bed at the end of the day. I wanted to make sure that my floors were nice and clean, so I am going to do a thorough vacuum of the entire main living area where everybody is going to be spending their time at the birthday party. So we're just gonna walk around and do some vacuuming, and then I'm also going to steam mop. I don't steam mop very often ever since we got our new floors done, just because I'm cautious of it. I don't want to damage the LVP. There's a lot of conflicting information about whether or not steam mops are safe on LVP. And while the steam mop that I have does claim to be safe on LVP, I still just like to play it cautious, and I don't use it very often. But in this case, when I had everybody coming over for a birthday party, I wanted to make sure that my floors were extra clean and sanitized, and nothing cleans like a steam mop. I love it because when you go over something that is dried onto your floors, the heat just kind of melts it right off, and also the heat really sanitizes them. So I don't know, I just feel like they're so much cleaner after I've steam mopped. It's my preferred method, but again, I don't do it all the time just because I'm trying to be extra cautious and take care of our floors. This steam mop in particular, I shared in a video a while ago now. I cannot remember when I posted this video, but it was a sponsored video, and it was, I believe the company is called Light and Easy. I'll have to double check, but I will link this steam mop down below. It's pretty affordable and it works really well. My oldest son was given a kit that it's almost like paint, and you squeeze it onto this special type of paper and it dries, and then once it dries you can use it as a window cling. So he's been making all kinds of things with it, but he got the paint on the floor and it was so hard to get off. I had tried so many different things, but I'm happy to report that the steam mop got that paint off my floor. I was actually getting kind of worried. Now that my house was all clean and we were approaching party time, I'm going to start decorating. So again, I wanted to keep things very, very simple and also very affordable. So this little happy birthday sign I'm hanging right over the mirror. This was from the Dollar Tree. So it was $1.25, and my husband actually picked it up. I didn't ask for it. He just saw it and decided to get it. So I hung it up in front of the mirror as like an added little decoration. But before we move on to other decorations, I'm going to get started on the food prep. I wanted to have everything kind of in its place, ready to go, and just figure out which bowls we're going to go with what, mix the dip up, cut the vegetables, all of that. And then I just wrapped everything up in plastic wrap and stuck it in the fridge so that it would be ready when everybody arrived. In the past, I have always got like a vegetable platter which has like peppers on it and celery and carrots and cucumbers and broccoli, but I noticed that nobody was ever eating anything except for the cucumbers and the carrots. So I decided not to waste my time or my money on the vegetable platter this time and just get carrots and cucumbers, and I think this worked out so well. Everybody loved them and there was nothing left behind to be wasted. So I feel like in the future, I'm just probably always going to do this. You guys will have to let me know though, if you are team leave the skin on the cucumber or cut it off. I cut it off because there were going to be kids at the party and I know how picky kids are, but I actually prefer it cut off anyway. So you guys will have to let me know what you think. I like my cake at room temperature. I don't like it cold because I feel like it changes the texture of the frosting. So I wanted to get that out of the fridge and get it in its place so that it could come to room temperature before it was time to serve it. And then I'm also just putting out the little dessert plates and the napkins.
Once you say seen all the things, all the places. I hope it means that you'll come home to me once you travel the world, all the spaces inside your heart. I hope I'll be your destination.
For forks, spoons, and knives, I stuck them into these mason jars, and at first I had just kind of thrown them in there, but I felt like they weren't high enough and I wasn't able to fit enough in them this way. So I ended up stuffing some paper towels in the bottom and then putting them in, and it worked a lot better this way.
I'll be your high when you fall down low.
We were having pizza for his party delivered, so I wanted to stick out the dinner plates and the dinner napkins on this table where all of the pizza was going to be once it arrived.
Oh, you're coming back. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination.
I ended up using command hooks to hang Sutton's high chair banner off of his high chair, and that worked out really well. I wasn't sure how I was going to do this because his high chair doesn't have anywhere that really you could stick the high chair banner that it would cling to, so I was kind of worried, but this worked out really well. So if you guys are ever in this position and you're trying to figure out how to hang one of these, command hooks worked really well for me.
Pretending that you had the time of your life. Had we met before, instant chemistry. Was so glad you came. Had we met before, laughing instantly.
I really thought that Sutton was going to cry and be horrified when everybody was singing happy birthday to him, because he's a very shy boy and he doesn't spend time with a lot of people other than me. So this was a really big group for him, and for him to be like in the middle and being sang to, I just really thought he was going to cry, but he didn't. He was so happy. I'll have to insert a picture on the screen. He was so happy. He just loved it and he had such a good day.
We were making our way through the town, yeah. Never really wanted the night to end. And I was wishing you'd stick around. Still I was thinking.
Now we are of course setting up the cheese and crackers. I wanted to lay this on like a flat board, but I did not have one. I thought I did. I couldn't find it anywhere, so maybe I'm just like making things up, but I just used this round like bowl here and this worked out perfectly fine.
It didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home.
We had such a great day for Sutton's first birthday party. I put so much work into it, but I also kept it as simple as possible. I just wanted to enjoy the moment, and I definitely feel like we all did that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you needed some ideas for a first birthday, or if you just needed some encouragement to keep things a little bit simpler this year, I hope that I was able to give that to you. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn your notification bells on so you don't miss any of my uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll come back again next week for another video.